by doing something a little bit, Tash would say, bendy Rooney, then they'll do it. But Adrian Judd makes sure that everybody stays within the rules. So he's going to be a busy guy.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you see we're all coming last were actually the fastest in qualifying yesterday. So where you see Nigel Lamb is last, Nicholas Ivanov and Paul Bonham, they're coming through there. The stewards are going to have a look with it. Remember, his helmet is the datum point, and that was high as well. But look at it, he's descending as he's going down towards gate 7, but very, very tight on the turn.
Joe, we didn't hear any buzzers indicating an infraction right now. Kirby Chambliss is 1.25 seconds ahead right now.
If he's going to be able to keep it a quick descent into the final as he pulls hard back on the stick. Look at that G meter just loading up about 10 G in that turn. He is fast. What's the next split time as he comes out?
Wow.
He's nearly 2 seconds ahead now.
He's putting forth that time to the E-suggest.
About a minute in that last section, so it's not looking good, but maybe he can make it up here in the chicane. Beautiful entry into the chicane. No correction at all, and now it's just going to lay down the power as he goes across the...
Now I know you people, we're up here in North Jersey, but I know that there's a heated rivalry between New York and Boston, and Mr. Michael Goulian hails out of Boston, but he's representing our aviators here in the United States, so we definitely want to see some great things. We want to definitely get behind him, and he either flies brilliantly or all of a sudden comes in lower in the pack. Let's see if this is going to be one of the higher showings. 2:22 his start time in that beautiful aircraft.
Yeah, Petrogras and blazing across his wings as he takes up the Brazilian Petroleum Company as his new sponsor for this year. And look as he hits left into the split knives. He's a little bit off the pace. He's just under a second behind our leader, Pete McLeod from Canada. And let's see if he can control that very, very powerful Edge 540 that he's got underneath him. 330 plus horsepower.
Substantial tons. We'll have to see now as we see Alejandro McLean coming into the split S turns and split knife turns right now. Here comes our third time check. Again, a moment back, he was 0.8 of a second off the pace, right behind the Canadian Pete McLeod.
For the last time into the chicane, and the disadvantage with these wiglets now is you've got this metal thing.
He built on his time. Oh my gosh, Hannes Ark is blowing this course away. He's more than 1.5 seconds ahead.
Absolutely, I told you he's in a different class at the moment. Three races in the bag, and look at that little bit of a dip as he came out there. He has this habit where he descends when he goes into knife edge, unless he's pulling G. If he's not pulling G, he seems to drop out the sky. And look at the score now, 3.5 seconds ahead of everybody else. This is the difference between night and day, ladies and gentlemen. The Austrian is going to murder this track on the first round. He's going to lay down a stonking time of 1:0
into the split knife gate. He spanks it to the left, now swinging it right. But he offloads one more time. Wow! Unbelievable. He'll be way behind. He's a full second behind, but not as bad as it could have been. Can he make it up in this last section as he heads into the chicane?
He needs to push it as he gets into the chicane, get as close to them as possible. He's going to go across the line. Hannes' time is 1:08. The Englishman finishes with a time of 1:08.
During those split gate turns that he did have to offload, that cost him a little bit of time. As now he's coming back in, and watch this airplane rotate 180 degrees up to that left knife edge, now bending back around to the right. That's a much smoother turn. He's descending, gaining some speed. He is now 1.76 behind, so he is bleeding away some speed.
Watch as he comes through for the last time in chicane. He pushes himself out a little bit there, gives him a good line in, but it's going to cost him some time.
Flick to the left, throws the time, 2.66 seconds. Losing time. Wow, and you saw the 10 Golder make up some time in this last quadrant. Let's see if Kirby Chambliss can do it right now as well. His second time coming through. It is 1:11.71.
Number 4 Chambliss, 1 minute.
Again, the earlier time for him, 1:19.73. He's hoping to build upon that. Currently about 3 seconds behind Hannes Ark, which is an impressive time to keep pace with. Where is he right now on the course? He is now 6.5 seconds behind. So again, he's just trying to get ready for his efforts on Father's Day. Incorrect knife line, that seems to be his Achilles heel, Joe.
absolutely going into night flying is a very difficult maneuver, and watch as he goes across the start finish line in a 1:17.99.
For 2 seconds, and then that big one, the 6 second hitting the last gate.
216 miles an hour as he goes through that first gate. Nice, very tight, a little bit out of shape with the nose pointing down through the middle. And now he's going to position himself into gate 4. Flick to the right, get into knife edge, and then flick all the way back through 180. He's already 1.4 seconds off the pace. Big sort of balloon in the middle of that. That's going to cost the time. Every time you make the movements like that, you're bringing the air on or the elevator into the airflow, and it's a very, very wide turn. And watch as he comes in reverse this time. He's loading up the aircraft with a little bit more conservatively this time, and you'll see the split as he comes out. Where is he? He's 3.53 seconds. So maybe just a little bit too much on the front, trying a little bit too much G. Good transition into the chicane for the last time, but I think he's lost it pretty much now.
You see it now. The smoke is on. 220, 223 across that start line. 226 miles an hour.
Pushing hard into chicane. A little bit of a dip there as he went down. He dropped the wing, and that's going to watch as he comes through gate 3 in level formation. Now you're going to pull to the right and then flick it back to the left. You see the split time? He's only just over half a second off the pace. That's a nice turn. There's no big corrections in there. That's going to be good. Not introducing any of the control surfaces into the airflow. That's what it's all about. Now watch as he powers through the start gate finish, and drops the wing a line.
224 miles an hour. And just watch this man demands of his plane. Left, right, now a big left. This time, let's take a look. Our first intermediate time coming up on the board. 7/100ths of a second behind. He is equaling his great effort from earlier.
He's nailed it there with no pressure at all. The only big step is a little bit hard going through that start finish gate. But the split time shows he's actually losing. When I say losing, he's 1/10 of a second behind his own time.
Joe, we've seen people losing 1.5 seconds on that second split time. He only fell back 600ths of a second. So right now he may be building upon it. 108, we might see some
Stick loading up on that G, and then a big offload right in the middle. Pull back the gun, a little bit of the slow, and nearly 5 seconds on the front side. Nice into a little bit wide coming into the chicane for the last time, tipping the wing to the right, and then powering over the finish line, but it's not going to be enough to improve his time. He still comes home with a 1:14.2.
Number 27 even off, 1:14.22 seconds.
He's going to give it a good shot though. I know Nigel, he's going to be absolutely flat out. He's beautifully prepared, frightening MXS on. Let's see where it goes into the chicane. That's a nice roll. A little bit of a fraction though, he has a skid, but it looks fast. Exit as well. Level into gate 3. Now look up at the split time. It was a fast entry speed. He's not too bad. He's only 2 tenths behind.
So that's keeping some big league pace with our leader right now, Hunter. Wow, look at that. Let's see what happens. Coming through that start-finish gate. Again, he was a quarter of a second behind at the quarter point. Now he's almost a full second behind. Whoa, look at that big lazy turn. And lazy is not good when you're referring to racing.
Yeah, he's so big, but it's a massive G-store. You have to offload the inside. And he's picking up a correct level. Nice level flying in gate 7. I'm not surprised that he went into it. He's simply a little bit out of control. Back for the penultimate gate. Level well from those back. But he's way outside his remit now to beat Hannesar's time. The split time was 4.2 seconds off. He's going to go across too brightly. We'll be disappointed with that. It's a time of 1:12.